What's happening out there, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Tony Gomez Show. In the house tonight, we have got Gerard Mora and Sebastian Elizondo from Darkness Divided in the house. Gentlemen, how's it going tonight?
Good, man. We just finished practice.
Killer. That sounds great, man. You know, the show's coming up on Saturday, so we're excited to have you back on the Brewster Street Ice House stage, man. That's a killer place to play here in town. And it's going to be awesome, man. I was just listening to your jams earlier during the day, and you know, there's so many hits, dude. I hope you guys get a good 30-40 minute set, so that way we can get as much music in as we can from y'all.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good set. We're throwing in some new ones possibly, but we might just I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, all right, killer, man. Well, you know, I think maybe the last time you guys were at Brewster Street, if I'm correct, was that with Shattered Sun?
Yeah, that's the only time we've been there. Yeah, so we're excited to get back there.
Yeah, that was actually one of our favorite shows.
That was a really good show.
Ever.
Man, it looks like a couple of those bands are going to be joining you guys again for this one, Zombie King and the Periwinkle Massacre.
Yeah, we played with the Periwinkle Massacre like a few times.
I know I played with Zombie King
like way back in the day.
Yeah.
Was Zombie King on that same one last time?
On the one last time? No, I don't think so. I think last time that Zombie King was I think they were still coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, take that back. They were on that one. That was like when they were just breaking out right there. Yeah.
Okay.
With them. Okay. That was a good turnout that night, man. I remember seeing your pictures you posted over there, and I remember that night, man. It was a great show. But it was, you know, was that fucking COVID as well?
No, it was before.
That was already COVID pass, right?
So two things about that show. Okay. We had Xavier from Life Cycles filling in on drums.
Yeah.
And that's the day that Chester Bennington died.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Unforgettable day there, man. Goodness. Yeah.
That was a weird day.
Shout out to Xavier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Gerard, you know, from when I've done some research, you started the band with your other two brothers, who's Christopher and Joseph. Is that right?
Yep, you got it.
Back in 2010, and I really like how the reference of Darkness Divided, the name is, you know, is about finding hope through tough times, man. I really dig that because though I don't wear my faith out there as often, man, I'm very deep and I'm very devout Christian. My relationship with God is with good and the Lord Savior, Jesus Christ. Hopefully, if I make it, I'll be in his presence. And that has always given me the faith and the drive to always do the things I wanted to do. So it made everything possible, man. So you guys being on the same page as me and having that really right out there is really powerful. I'm so proud of that. And I love what you guys have got going when it comes to Darkness Divided. So you guys you read a little bit about it, and it's kind of like you were singing cover songs back before the band started, right?
Yep.
And performing as I guess a 3-piece already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were all in high school, and we were pretty involved with our church, and you know, playing at school and stuff like that. So before we were like a band, I guess that's what we were doing, and then we were all in marching band too. And so, like, I played the French horn. My brother Joe he's still in the band. He plays bass. He's a middle school band director. He plays the clarinet and a little bit of everything else. And then Chris was playing guitar and drums at the time. And we had a good friend, Colby. And we didn't have a name. We didn't have anything. We would just play like Avenged Sevenfold and like all these old songs. And for some reason, our high school like picked it up for whatever reason. And so we were the East Central rock band. And we played at like the local Lowe's when they opened up at Brooks. And we played at this little mini golf place by our high school called Green Acres. And we just like butchered a bunch of old covers and stuff. And then we just started playing, man. We were having fun with it. You know, started getting into heavier music. and we played the White Rabbit back home in San Antonio. And once we
Yeah.
played, we were like, we just need to play one show, man. That's all we ever want to do. And then
Yeah.
sure enough, man, we just kept playing. We were there almost like once or twice a month. It felt like at the Rabbit. It was good times.
So what band or was there a particular musician that got you guys influenced to kind of get it serious?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was like a little bit behind the curve and everything. So Chris and Joe, they were really into like Asbury Nine, all those like kind of breakthrough bands, Avenged Sevenfold,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so we would just cover their songs, Kill Switch Engage, things like that. And I got a little bit into it like later on once I started to appreciate like what the like doing vocals and stuff like that. Because at first I listened to it and I was like, it's not my thing. And then we would go mess around in the back of my parents' house in their garage, and just started enjoying it, and hanging out with your brothers and family, everyone, and just playing music, but then we come from a whole nother line of life, man. Different town and different influences and stuff. And so
Yeah.
it was awesome when he joined the band, and what he brought in and everything too.
Very cool. And so we're keeping up with the timeline. Sebastian, what were you doing at 2010? Where were you at?
Dude, I was in high school in Uvalde. I didn't know anyone. I didn't like, yeah.
You were still jamming in your own room?
Yeah, pretty much. I had like two friends, Christian Sandoval and Jason White. They were the only like other two like metalhead musicians that I knew from them. And I'm still really good friends with Christian and Jason, but they never like moved to San Antonio or well, actually one of them lives in San Antonio. They continued on to other things. But I moved here and I joined a band called One We Created. It was a really bad deathcore band. But I guess Chris saw me play with them and he thought I was good at guitar.
Yeah.
And through our mutual friend Chris Sanchez, the bass player from Life Cycles, we all met and introduced and stuff, and I ended up filling in on a tour on bass. So, and then I moved over to guitar once Joe came back.
And just kept on, just stayed good with the band, and next thing you know, you started getting serious, huh?
Yeah. I think I started like when I joined. It was right when they signed with Victory, and they still had to record the first album, and we didn't know who was going to sing on it, and I think we all just tried it, and it ended up being me, and that's like literally how it happened. It wasn't like I'm going to be the singer or singing parts or whatever. It was just kind of like everyone tried it.
Yeah, that's tight. Well, tell me, how did you guys get hooked up with Victory?
When I guess it was like 2013, and it might have been before that, but I was going to college, and my brother Chris, who's in the band and he does our recordings and stuff, he had just started his first semester of college, and we both were like, we don't want to do this. We love playing music, and we are like, man, how do we like take this to the next level? Whatever that looks like. And so that's when we started to get like a little bit more serious about spending more time, like in pre-pro and writing, and like our image and how we were representing ourselves and everything like that. And we became friends with the owner of HM Magazine. I don't know if you ever checked out that magazine or anything like that. But when we were growing up, when we were getting into metal music, like that's how we discovered a lot of our favorite bands. They would come out in this magazine, and the owner saw us play on a couple festivals that I used to book like DIY tours and stuff like that. And we became friends in Houston. And sure enough, he took our EP and he sent it to a bunch of his friends. And what's up, bud?
That's my grandson, Grayson. He wanted to come see what's going on.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
That's Gerard and Sebastian.
Hey, man.
All right, boy.
Rocker, bro. I just had a baby about 7 months ago, so.
Yeah, you know what I thought was awesome? I seen the Darkness Divided picture with you and the family. It was like a family shot, and everybody had their kids with them. And I was going to say, Sebastian, Who's sitting with you on the bench?
Yeah.
That's just Chris's kid. Sorry, other kid.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know, you didn't have a kid
I
yet,
don't
man. All right. Damn, man. Okay, that tells me a lot. Well,
Yeah.
you know, speaking about that, I'm sorry that we got interrupted. Go ahead and keep going.
No, you're good. I was just saying, yeah, he helped us out, and we sent it to a bunch of people, and they sent us a deal. Well, they wanted us to come play for them, so they were old school, man. So we went to Chicago and played like a little showcase where literally only the people who worked at the label were there, and they're like, "We're not gonna clap for you," and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was nerve-wracking and weird, right? But they liked it, and then we had another label offer from a smaller label called Standby Records. I don't know if you ever listened or heard anything from them.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so we did that, and was just like, well, let's do it, man. Gets us out of school and gets us on the road, which is what we wanted to do. So that was cool.
Well, man, you kind of made things happen for yourselves very quickly, getting the music together and getting recognized and already putting things together. Sounds like you were on the fast track. But one thing I know about San Antonio is if you got drive, there's a lot of means to make that thing happen. You know what I mean? A lot of places to record, a lot of people that are ready to make it happen for you. So you're in the right spot, man. So and I love San Antonio. I mean, San Antonio is always, I'm 53. I was going to concerts in San Antonio back in like 84, 85, driving up there and going to the DMZ and going to punk shows up there and stuff. And it's always been infamous as I wish Corpus was more like San Antonio, but we're like the little big town around here. But there's a lot of opportunities is what I'm getting at. So many opportunities there. And so moving on, thinking about Chronicles comes out 2012, kicking ass as a badass EP, dropped a couple of kick-ass videos for Redeemer and Voyager. You were going low on those vocals right there, man. Gerard fucking sounded heavy. Sounded great.
Yeah, well, I was trying to sound whatever, like whatever I could.
Hey, I dug it, man. It sounded really tight because things have changed, and I'm a vocalist as well. And, whether it's developing or wanting to try different things, my voice is going to do its own kind of thing, depending on how I work it and how often I do it and in what different ways. And your voice has just kind of really gotten to such a great spot on the last recordings back in 2018. So I'm anxious to hear things coming up on the new show, man. I bet it's going to sound tight. It's going to sound heavy. But
thanks, man.
Getting back to the music.
The last time we played, I was feeling a little rusty, but today feels good. So I think it's going to be fun.
As a vocalist, I rather, I sing for a cover band, and I got my original band that I sing for as well. And so those two pretty much stay busy. And I got a Pantera tribute band I sing for too. But we do that maybe once every 3 or 4 months. It's not that active, but I'd rather prefer to rehearse like 3 times out of the week. But just because of work, watching my grandson and different things going on and other people's schedules, really it's maybe once a week. And as a vocalist, it's hard to really get into your groove from one week to the next if you got that much rehearsal time between it, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty brutally bad.
Between the comeback show we did and for this show, we've practiced 3 times. I think, so for the comeback show, that was kind of crazy because we hadn't played in like 5 years. And we practiced like 1 time as a full band. And the show was like the only time we ran through everything together. Yeah. And so today was the only practice we've had since then. And today was the only time I've played the songs since then, and everyone else too.
Oh shit.
That's kind of always how we were though. Yeah. Like even when we were active as a band, we didn't make it a point to rehearse because we were just I don't know.
We just did it. We had time back then too.
Yeah, we'd be like we'd get like 1 practice in before tour, and then we'd be like we'll be solid like 3 days in.
And you would. You really would.
We were honestly sometimes we were just tight like off the bat. Like we played to a click.
Yeah.
We all practice at home kind of. It's kind of like
I get it, man. When you're with the right guys, things just click and come together. I did 2 sets with my band Fistful of Metal. We hadn't rehearsed in a month, And it's just one of those things in a cover band. Luckily, you can do your homework by just listening to them and playing along. But in an original band, you don't always have that luxury. But with the tenure that you guys have already got with each other, and the musicianship, and you always staying busy with Porch Dream, Sebastian, the chops are there. And I'm sure, at me being a vocalist, Gerard, I know you're singing every day. I think it's just something we do as singers, right?
You're better off than me, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. So I had a baby, and he's 7 months old, like I was saying. So I was thinking about, I was like, dude, I haven't touched my guitar in like a year, and I'm like, just like so much stuff where I'm just like, but whenever we're gearing up for a show, I make sure to I'm like playing in my head, and luckily, for the songs that we're playing, it's all ones we've done before. So I kind of know, I remember like how I used to perform those a little bit. It's kind of like muscle memory, I guess. The only thing that's not muscle memory is just like, I feel like the lung capacity, which you probably can relate to, like if you're not actively doing it all the time, then you have to like kind of like, okay, how do I breathe this part? And how do I, staying open and making sure I'm not forcing anything, those kind of things. I'm like, okay. So
I know those are the kind of strategies we got to do as singers to get it right and have the right kind of delivery that we want to make happen. Sometimes, singing fast ass lyrics like I was doing Criminally Insane the other night from Slayer, so the old school shit from Rain and Blood. It's I was drilling that shit, man, because I wanted to sound good. Slayer fans show up, man. You gotta fucking, in every cover band, you're doing the toxicity. You know how it is. People expect that shit to be game.
That's the hardest vocal thing I have ever tried to do. And for a whole set,
Surge is hard. Now, I had a 90s rock band cover band called Rockenstein, and we did BYOB. And I thought I did it pretty good, but my wife always tells me how it is. She goes, you know what, you got to take that one off the set. I was like, you're kidding, but the guys like it so much. Yeah, but you don't sound that good on it. Face it. I'm like, shit. Okay, we'll pick something else. And but that's the kind of thing, luckily me and my wife have that good relationship where she can tell me when, hey, that's not for you. Try something else that's going to be more of your forte and take it from there. Yeah. And I need that kind of shit because I'm adventurous, man. I'll go out and say, man, I can see anything. I'll fucking sing anything. But when it really comes down to it, like, hey, can you pull off Heaven and Hell? Let me do my version. It is what it is, and you get those kind of challenges when you got a cover band and stuff. But let me get back to, now we're hitting Written in Blood, The Hand That Bled. Man, that's a hit, dude. That was a badass jam. I can't wait to hear that one come Saturday, because I know that one's going to be on the set list. Hell yes, absolutely. And that one right there, that was a full-length album. How did it feel, putting that one together? Did Chris take care of all that for you?
No,
that was with Corey Brunneman.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was one.
That with Victory's people?
No, he's from San Antonio.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's got a band called Through Arteries, and he's recorded a bunch of people since then and all that. But I think at that time, Chris had written like 5 or 6 songs already or something like that, and then we went and basically lived at the studio at Corey's for like a month, and we all threw together the rest of the songs. It was honestly like I feel like we were just trying to get it done. It wasn't like a really, we didn't have the luxury of like taking time off, I feel like.
Right.
But I think there's still really good songs on it. It was kind of like, it wasn't bad. Like Hands That Bled is really sick. Yeah. That one was one of the ones that was written already, kind of.
Oh, by the time you were ready to do that one, that was already past pre-production stages.
They had the intro,
because I think when we sat down and wrote that chorus together at Corey's.
But the guitar stuff was already there.
I think it's written.
Yeah.
Heavy jams, man. Heavy jams. So moving on after that, it seemed like you got like on a 2-year rotation, staying pretty consistent. And you know, the next one was the self-titled. That was fucking heavy, and another full-length album. So it seemed like right then you were really in your stride, really staying active, doing a lot of touring, Gerard.
That was, yeah, I'd say that was probably when we were at our best.
During the second record,
yeah. We that one we spent like 3 months together. Like,
yeah, because that one Chris did do, and we got to live in the house that we were practicing in. We didn't. A lot of us, no one had kids. We had no responsibilities, no bills. So we were literally. I was living here at this house with them, basically.
Cool.
And we would wake up and
at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, and just start writing.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'd stay up until like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Every night. We'd go to Whataburger after we were done.
Yeah. Oh, cool fucking times, man. Unforgettable, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Are you ready? Are you ready for some of those times to happen again?
I don't know if it'll ever be in that capacity.
It won't be in that capacity.
You know what? You're right, because we got the family elements now. I get it. And things change, but you know what? When I work in food service, so I work with guys 20s, 30s, 40s, you know, and so everybody, you know, especially the guys in the 20s that already are having a kid or already in a band. They're like, oh man, I'm scared about having a kid because I kind of want to be able to hit the road and I don't want to be able to have to worry about anything. And really, it just depends on how bad you want it. You can have a kid, 2 kids, 3 kids. You can make it happen on the road. But at the same time, you're going to have a great wife that's going to be able to give you that support and get your back for the times that you can't be there for the kids. And luckily, you know, hopefully you guys, and Gerard, are you married?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, all right. So you got a great family backbone going on, support for the new reunion?
Yeah, I'm very blessed with my family. Absolutely.
Awesome, man. And that's what makes it happen. That really makes it possible. Because we know, I definitely can speak from experience that, you know, at one time I had 6 bands going on. And I don't know how the hell my wife put up with me not being at home, you know, 4 or 5 nights out of the week. And I just prioritized different things. And luckily at that time, it was just, I don't know, man, but I never want to do it again because I spent so much time away from the family. When I look in hindsight, I'm like, damn, I was a selfish son of a bitch. But at the same time, I was like living the life because I was hired for 2 bands, and then I had my own 2 cover bands and 2 original bands, and things were great. But I'm glad that came and gone, and I don't ever want to bite off that much again. But having the family background really can be the what you need to get by, with also with faith from the God on our side to make it all happen. So let me keep on going. I want to also mention that, you know, through doing research, I like that it seems like you have a message that we're going to fucking survive. Through suffering comes salvation. And I believe in that. You know, nothing's going to come easy. And sometimes the harder times you go through only seems that the higher times are ahead. You just got to have the faith and keep coming, keep pushing through all these kind of obstacles. So I like that you got such a strong motto going for the band. But when you ended up going to 2018 and we end up hitting the end of it all, did you already know that was going to be the end of it all? Was it the plan to record that EP and then kind of wrap things up?
Well, not when we started, like the first writing.
I think, yeah, on that one, like I had some ideas just for the next thing, and then we were actually, I guess we could talk about this now, it doesn't matter, but we were trying to get off of Victory. we were like talking to lawyers, and he was doing a lot of the talking to lawyers and all that stuff to try to get off the label. And basically what happened is we couldn't. So we were just like, there was no way out of it, and we were just like, well, Joe was planning on getting married, so was Gerard, and it just seemed like the thing to do. Like it just seemed like it had run its, I don't want to say run its course because that makes it sound like, I don't know, weird, but
yeah,
we just felt like it was the right thing. It wasn't.
Yeah. Kind of wanted to put it down when it was good, you know.
Yeah.
Not like let it die in a way that, like, oh, we're doing this thing because we have to do the thing. Or
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, or we're trying to force music or stuff like that. It was like when things started to change and like you know, everyone's lives are changing and stuff. It was like,
Yeah.
if we're not going to do it justice, then like, you know, it didn't make a lot of sense to keep going the way it was.
That's a tough decision to make. You know, um, I could never make that decision, man. And that takes tremendous, you know, I think the right circumstance. And I think, you know, for you guys at your stage in your life right then, that was, it sounds like that was the right thing to do. So thinking about that, which band member got the train rolling on getting the reunion together? Or band members? who started calling who or texting? What's up?
Probably Joe. I think Joe was the one that always kind of tried to like, we should get together and write or something.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. He was the one that really got us together most of the time. Because even before the reunion, like I'd say over the last few years, we've gotten together and like written songs or like written things. They never became full things. But we were like brainstorming and like trying to get together and stuff.
Yeah.
But we would do that like one time and then we wouldn't do it again for like another year. It was just like it would just happen. But I think it was Joe pretty much every time that was like, hey, we should do something.
Well, Joseph, thinking about that, how he kind of would get you guys orchestrated back together. It sounds like he might be the one that is actually, does he the one that always orchestrates rehearsal? Because there's always one guy in the band, and I'm usually that guy. Like, hey, can you make it 8 o'clock? Can you do this? Who's that guy? Who does that in the band?
I don't know. I feel like all painstakingly be like, when are we gonna practice? When are we gonna practice?
I was the one doing it this week.
Well,
or I guess me and you.
Yeah, because me and my family went to Florida for like a week, so I was like, okay, I know we got this show coming up, so I'm gonna put in the chat when I'm gonna be gone, so we'll practice a day we're not there, and then we're like, oh, it's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Just
I'm
like that, right?
A lot, so it's kind of just like y'all let me know.
Yeah,
it's like
all right. Hey, well, you guys know the music so well. You know, it's a good thing that if it can be spontaneous and come up for rehearsal, more power to you. If not, hey, we're gonna hit the stage. We'll do our individual homework and get ready and hit the stage and kill it. I know how it goes. Definitely, there's a lot going on. A lot of schedules to get through sometimes.
Yeah.
So what, you know, thinking about you guys writing already music in between, you know, since last time you performed together, but just kind of incomplete. Is that going to be maybe some new music we can hopefully get maybe in 2024?
Yeah, for sure. We've already got music like pretty much ready to go. It's just a matter of like, I don't know, fine tuning the release stuff, and you know,
I think we still need to like polish it up a little bit, like get it mixed and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll be dropping stuff.
Badass. That's good to hear. Hell yeah. Well, having you guys on the Night of Reunion show that's coming up, I feel like it's perfect, man. You guys, especially, you know, Shattered Sun has shared the stage with a lot of bands out of Texas, but I'm really glad that he got you guys because, you know, all three of you guys, Shattered, you, Periwinkle, are back from a long absence. And all three bands have a big dedicated fan base that have been asking for a reunion for a while. So it's about time they're getting it, and your comeback in San Antonio with Upon a Burning Body, I'm sure was well received to say the least, right?
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes, hell yeah, man. And I hope that things are going to go just as killer over here, man. I expect it to be one of the shows of the year. So being a part of that, you know, how does it feel to have the band, you know, back in your lives again?
That's a great question.
I don't know. It's just there. Like it's cool, but I feel like even though the band was broken up, like the guys never really lost communication. Like we always stayed in a group chat and everything. Like we might not see each other for a while because of life, and Joe was in school and Gerard has his whole business on top of, you know, his kids and everything. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree. You know, it's like we were best friends. You know,
yeah,
the whole entire time. while we're in the band, while we're out of the band, and like playing again. So it's like, just feels kind of like, I guess, a little bit natural as far as that goes. Like, hey, let's, we're just hanging out or whatever.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, probably, honestly, practicing for show is like feels like the most.
That feels like the most stressful thing. Everything else is like the same.
Yeah, it's like getting together to hang out. It's like, yeah, we hang out, but it's like when you have to force it, I guess, a little bit. It's just like, all right, here's a plan. It's kind of like, okay, well, we committed to this, so let's do it. But it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think now too, it's like it's a little bit more. It's more like fun in a sense, because we're not trying to make it anymore.
Right.
We're just kind of doing it at our own pace, whenever we want to, whenever we can. We're not like, we have to get on the road, we have to do X amount of shows, we have to drop something. Like, I'm honestly, like, the way I approach it is I'm more worried about, my other music, and this is kind of just like for fun with my friends. And it used to be the other way around.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, luckily it sounds like the scheduling part doesn't take too much out of your, regular schedule already. So there's plenty of room for Darkness Divided in your lives right now, it seems like.
Yeah, I think Bass said it best. It's like it's a good outlet. Like life is always going so fast, and things and things and things, and it's like to kind of break away and to do something that's fun, and like playing music and enjoying and being best friends and everything. It's just like, it's tight, and it's just the more that you can just spend time and enjoy it instead of like, oh, we got to get this done or whatever. It's like, that's nice, that's cool. So it's that, I think that's the whole reason why we started playing again, when Joe brought it up, was like, so we could hang out more and do things like that.
Man, that's one of the best stories I've heard in a while, man, because a lot of the times it's hard to find, guys that you want to hang out with in a band. You know what I'm saying? And because I played in a lot of bands, and some bands just are more cohesive. You hang out, you want to call each other, and you want to keep a group chat going on. And there'll be another band that just doesn't have that. And I miss that, because I think those are the bands that really, when you have that kind of bond right there, you fucking always destroy. You always go in there just fucking like dynamite, just hitting it, because you love doing what you're doing with the guys you're doing it with. And that's fucking powerful. So I can't wait till Saturday. It's going to be awesome. Very fucking awesome. Let me give a shout out to some of the people we had checking us out here in the comment room. My best friend, Roland Bettis Jr., he's giving a shout out. He said he saw my grandson popping in here, and he also made a comment that him and I used to go to San Antonio for road trips all the time back in the day. We love San Antonio. And Eddie Salinas, he's a guitar player for Zombie King. He said he's down for partying, man. Eddie's always down for party, dude. Definitely. What's up, Ed? Love me some Zombie King. And then Sandra Pettis, good friend of mine. Tommy Guns, her husband, hardcore drummer for RPG. Glad you guys are on the show today. Before I let you guys go, I want to pick your brain and do a quick little segment I call Draw the Line. Can we do that real quick?
Yeah.
Killer, man. All right. So I'm going to give you some bands. You tell me who your favorite is out of the two. Let's get started, Gerard. Okay. First pair of bands. Is it Fit for a King or Under Oath?
Under Oath.
Oh, love the drummer's vocals on Under Oath. Drives me crazy, man. I love it. I'm a drummer too, man. The way he throws down is awesome. I want to hear his new band or the band The Almost. Have you heard them?
Yeah, they're great. They're a good band.
That's what I heard, man. I need to check that out.
Southern Weather.
Oh, okay. Well, Sebastian, what do you think? Fit for a King or Under Oath?
I'm gonna go Fit for a King, just because my friend Dan is in that band. I never really listened to Under Oath.
Sorry, Dan.
I didn't listen to Under Oath too much. Honestly, I didn't discover them until I met these guys, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, both bands killer as fuck, badass. Second pair of bands. How about Living Sacrifice versus Demon Hunter, Gerard?
Do you know those bands?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go with Living Sacrifice.
Hard. What do you think, Sebastian? You familiar with those?
I didn't listen to those bands. I know I saw Demon Hunter on TV, but I don't remember what they sounded
I
like.
think we played with them once, like Sunshine or something like that, like a long time ago.
Oh.
Ah, shit, that's very cool. Hell yeah. You don't even remember that one? That must have been when, because Demon Hunter is kind of a big deal. They've been around a long time, got a lot of albums out and stuff. So you don't remember that, Sebastian? Yeah, just another geek.
I was just like, we're playing with ABR.
Yeah,
that was it. Like, that's what I cared about. That was the band that I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, cool. I know you guys you've played with a lot of bands that are very cool. And so let's hit this other one. 1, 2. Okay, Creed versus Switchfoot.
Ooh.
That's gonna be Creed.
Yeah, it's gotta be Creed.
Yeah.
But Switchfoot
is it a Tremonti Outer Bridge, backup line that does it for?
Well, I mean, honestly, those are catchy songs, dude. Like,
man,
like Mark Tremonti is a shredder.
Yeah,
and the riffs are great. But even just the songs, like just listening to them, they're pretty sick.
Yeah,
they are. They are. Much love to Creed. You're gonna go check them out. They're going to be in San Antonio. You get your tickets.
Actually, yeah, we all got tickets.
All the Moras are going. I didn't get it, but I'm gonna try to finesse.
That's gonna be a good time. Hell yeah! I might see you guys over there. I'm trying to talk my wife into going. I was like, "Hey, it's Creed." She goes, "Well, I'm not a fan of Creed, but they got hits. Let's go check it out." She goes, "We already go to enough concerts." So, anyway, we're gonna go see Tool tomorrow night. So, are they in San Antonio like tonight, or were they there this weekend? Because
they're gonna be here Tuesday. Because Chris and my dad are gonna be there. Chris got them tickets for Christmas. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Oh, very cool. All right, love me some Tool. Okay.
Oh, sorry. They're going to Corpus, so they're going to be at the same place you are, man.
Killer. It's a great venue. It's small, so any seat's a good seat over there. Okay, fourth lineup right here. POD versus San Antonio's own Relent.
No offense, but POD.
Cool guys though.
Yeah, Relent's awesome.
I get it. Sonny's hard, and I love me some POD, man. I caught him at the San Antonio River Fest when they had it was Disturbed and Scorpions headlining with Death. Oh, I was on. Did you guys make it to that one? Hey,
POD at that one. It was the same stage that Hatebreed was on.
Yeah, Hatebreed.
Yes.
And they ruined the sound system. Remember?
They did?
Hatebreed. It was I
think I left in the middle of their film.
Yeah, it was awesome, but yeah, they blew the monitors.
Oh shit, they were hard. That was a fun time. Okay, so POD. All right, I got 2 more sets for us. How about Gerard? How about As I Lay Dying versus August Burns Red?
Music wise, As I Lay Dying.
Yeah, let's say like before all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sebastian, you agree?
Oh yeah, Confined and like that was like that. As I Lay Dying is like what got me into playing metalcore-ish guitar. Like that was the first. That and Avenged Sevenfold was like the first time I was playing that kind of riff.
Yeah.
Like, that drop tune stuff and all that.
I remember Confine's the one that the video it's like where it's raining or something, kind of black and white.
Yeah, on the snare drum.
Yeah. Hard jam right there. One of my favorites. So let's get to the last one. Killswitch Engage versus Parkway Drive.
Killswitch Engage.
Killswitch for sure. Yeah.
Killswitch all day.
All day.
Well, I thought it might be a little competitive because the way Parkway Drive kind of changed things in the latter years. And thinking about that, it makes me think of Avenged Sevenfold on how after Mike had his surgery, how the sound of their band kind of had to change as well. But that's what I like about Parkway Drive. I love their old shit going hard as fuck, but I really like how they've kind of cleaned up and made it like arena sounding nowadays.
Okay.
But you can't take shit away from Jesse and Howard and the guys from Adam, Killswitch. They're like they're the Metallica of metalcore, man. They're the shit.
They like, yeah, it's Killswitch easy for me just because like As I Lay Dying, Killswitch, and Trivium and All That Remains.
Oh, yeah.
Those were like my big 4 as a guitar player in 2005 to 2007. that's when they were all releasing like their best albums. Like they were just the best bands. Like The End of Heartache and what's the one after that? As Daylight Dies.
It's always Dies. Okay.
Yeah, that one. Those are like amazing records. I still listen to those. Like amazing.
Good times. Good times. Well, guys, let me go ahead and let you go. Thanks for making some time for me after rehearsal today. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this coming Saturday at the show. It's going to be a stacked lineup. We got Till, Modern Day Renegade, Zombie King, Relent, Periwinkle Massacre, you guys, Shattered Sun. Shattered's got it. You know, Marcus got all the guys back together, man. It's going to be a party in Corpus Christi. I can't wait. I'm going to be backstage doing some interviews with you guys. Hopefully, either before you go on stage or coming off, just getting picking your brain for a little bit. So I look forward to seeing you back over there. Until then, guys, have a great week. Get ready for the show. Can't wait to see you. Are you gonna have some merch?
Yep. One shirt.
All right.
We got the shirt. We got the shirts in that we were supposed to have at our other show. So
hell yeah! All right. By any chance, sometimes the bands are out there selling their own shirts. Or is any of the band going to be out there working the merch table, or you got someone else to do that?
Yeah, no, we don't got the luxury to do that. We'll be passing it around.
Yeah, we'll be there
now for sure.
Kick-ass, good man. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for making some time. Gerard, Sebastian, keep up the fucking heavy jams at Darkness Divided. Love the band. Keep it going. I will see you Saturday. And to all of our people that checked us out in the chat room, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again next time on the Tony Gomez Show. Once again, check out Darkness Divided on their YouTube channel. Subscribe. Check out all their videos. Go to their Facebook page and give them a like. Is your Instagram page Darkness Divided?
Darkness Divided Band.
Easy. Darkness Divided Band. Give them a like, follow them, keep up with them. They're coming hard. They got new music coming in 2024. Give them some love and make sure you're showing up for February 3rd at Brewster Street Ice House for the night of reunion, Joe Morales Memorial. Gentlemen, have a great night. I'll see you Saturday.
See you there, man.
Take care, guys. See you later, y'all.